Good evening, welcome to Cooking for One. Tonight I'm gonna make frittata with eggplant and zucchini. I have never made this before, but I randomly found this recipe online, so we'll see how it goes. Let's do an experiment. The recipe is calling for 8 serving, but since it's just myself, so there's no point of making 8 servings and eating it for the entire week. So I'm just gonna half all the ingredients and see how it turns out. First of all, I'm gonna mix about 7 eggs and 3/4 of a cup of yogurt. Mixture until there's no lump left, but it's really hard to mix with one left arm, so I'm gonna put the camera down. So now that the egg and the yogurt are really well mixed together, we're gonna put them aside into the fridge, and then we're gonna move on and prepare the vegetables. So here we got half of the eggplant has been cut lengthwise and then chopped into roughly similar size pieces. And over here we got some zucchini. Well, this is like one large zucchini, so I think that should be enough. And this is diced onion. You can use brown onion, but I only had, I had some leftover red onion, so I just used that. Only half of the onion and some minced garlic. Okay, so now we're gonna set the middle rack to be just slightly in the middle of the oven, and then set the oven to 180 degrees. So I'm gonna heat up some olive oil in the pan. It's probably nicer to grill the vegetables, but since I don't really have a grill pan, so I'm just gonna use this normal pan. Since I'm Asian, I'm just gonna use chopstick for all the cooking. And one way to test if the oil is hot enough for cooking, you can put the chopstick in the oil, and if you see it's bubbly like this around the chopstick, that means it is ready. Okay, so now we're just gonna go ahead and put in the eggplant in one layer. Hopefully I can fit all of them in there. Yes. Now we're just gonna wait until they are cooked to about brownish color. While the eggplant is cooking, we're preparing the plate with some tissue paper on it. So then once the eggplant's cooked, we're just gonna put it on the paper. And because we're not gonna be cooking the vegetables, and once it's in the egg mixture, we're just gonna make sure that the eggplant and the zucchinis are well cooked before we put it in the oven. And if your eggplant looks really dry, feel free to top up with oil, because I think eggplant really absorbs the oil when it's frying. I don't actually know how to tell when the eggplant is cooked, because with other fruit, usually, they go soft when they're cooked, but this one, it's already soft to start with, so I guess I'm just gonna keep cooking until it shrinks to about half the size. Now my eggplants are looking pretty burnt, so I guess they are now cooked. I'm just gonna take them out and put them onto the plate with paper that I've prepared earlier. Now with the same pan, I'm just gonna do the same with zucchini. Just gonna put them all in. And fry them until they soften. Oh my gosh, hopefully I can fit them all. Ah! Okay, while the zucchini cooking, I'm just gonna go and get some cheese ready. To avoid burning the zucchini like the eggplant, I try to turn them a bit more regularly, so hopefully it will come up nice and brown. Oops, this one in the middle is a bit burnt, so I'll shuffle the other one into the middle. The one on the edges need a bit more heat, so that can move in a little bit more. Judging by the color of these zucchini, I guess they are done, so I'm just gonna move them to the side. So again, in the same pan, we're gonna heat some more oil and we're gonna fry the onions and the garlic. My pan looks a bit funky because I was attempting to remove the burnt bit at the bottom, but oh well. The onion and the garlic all together, they're smelling really good. It's something about the garlic and onions and heat oil just making the food smell so delicious. I'm gonna fry until the onions goes a bit yellow or brown, and then I'm gonna just add it to the vegetable mixture. Okay, so here's my mixture of egg and vegetables and onions. So now I'm gonna pour it on the hot pan, all of them into the pan, and put them in medium heat for a few minutes. I might spread the vegetable out a little bit so they're evenly distributed, but I don't have to mix them too much because like eventually they will all sink down to the bottom. Okay, now let's top them up with the cheese. And more cheese. It actually turned out better than I expected. Oops, I just remember I forgot the salt and pepper, so I'm gonna add it on top of it now. Hopefully it will be okay. So my eggs looks like it's gonna start cooking from the outside here. So now I'm just gonna remove it from the stove top and chuck it in the oven and start baking it. Whee! Hopefully this pan is oven proof, I don't actually know. To fancy things up a bit, I'm gonna do some baked tomato as well. Ooh. It looks like I'm practicing minimalism. I'm just using enough baking paper for my tomatoes. Please, tomato into the bottom rack and we'll see how it turns out. Okay, so it's roughly around 25 minutes of baking. Let's have a look at our... Oh, that looks good actually. The cheese make it looks nicely brown at the top, and hopefully it is done inside as well. Check that it's done. I'm just gonna poke a knife through in the middle. Came out pretty clean. So sweet, I think we're ready. Let's also have a look at the tomatoes. I think, oh, juicy. Okay, I think they're ready too. Let's take them out as well. No, all the juice. Here we go. The tomato is also ready. So let's turn off the oven and let's lay them out on the plate. And here's the final product, egg frittata with eggplant and zucchini with some grilled tomato on top. And on the side we have some mixed leaf salad and cucumber and dressed with hot chili sauce. Okay, it's dinner time and it's time to find out if it was a good success or whether it's a total failure. Let's try it. It's not bad. It's pretty plain because I forgot to put the salt and pepper in. But I mean, there's always sauces on the side and you can always add more salt and pepper on the top. I think personally, if I don't make it a vegetarian dish, I would add some ham or some bacon in it. I think that would be quite nice. I have to say though, the grilled tomato works really well with this dish. It's all I needed is just some more salt on the side, and then it's perfect. That was it. It was pretty good dinner. The recipe was fairly easy to follow. The only time-consuming part was the frying vegetables. If this video somehow entertained you, please let me know by giving me a thumbs up and subscribe to see more videos like this. Also, if you have any suggestion for what I should make for dinner, let me know in the comment below. Thanks, see you next time.